Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to the stream. Day 10 today, and I am so pumped. Just a second, let me see. Yes, we have the audio, we have the video, perfect. Alright, nice. So we're starting from where we left it off last time. I'm probably just going to close a couple of tabs and we'll continue hacking at the calculator that we did. Not this one, this is mine. And what I thought actually is probably we're able to use the decimal points as well. No, we're not. Okay, we'll see how we're going to do that, but now my kind of main concern is that we can only do 2 digits. For example, if we try to do 45 plus 6 plus 7, it doesn't work, it just outputs 6 plus 7. So we'll be working on that today. And it's something that we have to change right around here. Let me go through the code again. So if the button is equals, for example, we split what we have in the calculator and then we get the left side, the operator, and the right side, but yes, and we then code the operate with those numbers. The thing is, what we want to do is once we have an expression like 45 plus 5 and we click any of these buttons again, we want to evaluate that and return it. So how do we do that? So this in case the button is an equals. And we have to do it for the other operators as well, although we want to kind of do the same, but output the operator at the end again. So maybe what did I write here? This if we have an operator already and the operator is selected again, do the operator on what we have and output the result with the new operator waiting for input with 10 grammar errors. Anyways, what can we do now? So this whole thing will execute if we click on the equals. Although maybe it shouldn't execute on equals, or we should check for an operator actually. But nonetheless, actually what we should do after, just a sec. So we have 4 plus 5, for example, 4 plus 5, and if we click the equals, can we console log the operator? operator is not defined. Operator, it's a plus. Can we console log num1? Can we console log num2? Alright, so after we've submitted an equation with the equals, then we should probably assign the result to num1, and we should delete the operator and num2. But if we didn't submit it with the equals, and for example did 4 plus 5, and we did one of those, for example, one of those operators, for example another plus, here what we should do is check when we click on the plus if we have an operator assigned, because if we click the equals we'll delete the operator, but and we'll do it right here probably, or we'll see. But if we have an operator, if it's not no or whatever, we shall cooperate on this one what we have up until the second operator, and store it as num1 and output it. So how should we do that? Let's first work on the equals to not store an operator and num2 anymore, and hold the result as num1. Add display.value I'm curious if we do it here or do it here. Actually, I think we do it here, because if we do it for each of those cases, that will be 4 times the code. But here we can just do it like num1 equals display.value. And would this be an integer? I think it will be an integer. And then do operator equals shall we use no? And then num2 also, num2 equals no. Alright, so let's see on refresh what happens if we console.log operator. It is undefined. 45 plus 5. Alright, and now I didn't save it. So now if we do that, it's undefined. Why do I get it 2 times? I don't know. But 4 plus 7, 11, and if we do it now, it is no and then undefined. Can we set it to undefined ourselves? Undefined. And what happens if we console log num1 11 and type of num1, it's a string. Alright, so we have to parse int. Okay. Okay, so let's see if it will be a string now. It's a number. Fine. Okay, so this seems alright now after we click the equals. By the way, if we do 4 plus 5, now what I thought is we'll be able to check on an operator, but we don't set the operator, so operator, it's undefined. So we have no way to check it upon we actually do, but we'll have to make like another loop probably, because if we click on a plus again, the operator is not set, so we cannot check if there is an operator set. Let's see. We can probably do something with the array, so if e dot target dot id won't be able to do it with the array because those IDs are like button plus, button equals, and so on. Where did we use the basic operators again? Includes. So if I'll do it wrong in the beginning just so I don't lose what I'm thinking about. If hello fellow Odinite. Hi there, Supreme Overload. Thanks so much for tuning in, man. Where are you at in terms of the Odin project? Which section are you on? So if we do like basic operators dot includes, and we do this. So for example, let's think that e.target.id returns one of these, although it doesn't, but for now let's think about it. If that's the case, I want to set the operator, so operator to equal e.target.id. okay, and this way if we click it, just started the fundamentals a week ago. Fuck yeah, let's go, dude. I'm hyped for you. Let's make it. Have you done any web development before that, or do you even want to get into web development, or you want to do something like software development or game development? What are you interested in? So basically when we click it, we can set it up this first time, and we can introduce a check here. And we want it before that actually. If operator for example does not equal undefined, if it has a value, then we want to do kind of like this then, or we can make this into a separate function, but we want to evaluate what we have on the left of this second operator. Let me write it out quickly. Can I just use this? For if, okay, so let's say if the operator is not undefined, if we have a value for this operator, we have to split the display, what we have in here, split it into an array, and then traverse the array. And if but we have to do it sort of the other way around, or look for the second instance of that. Or what we can do actually is instead of looking for the second instance, we have the array length, so we can evaluate just a sec, let me think it through. Yeah, much interested in web development. I tried lots of resources and ended up in tutorial hell. Tell me about it. But after finding the Odin project demo, I just love the entire curriculum. No hand holding indeed. That's why I'm so pumped about it, because I've gotten to dislike tutorials, and because they don't bring you anything. You code along, you think you understand it, but then when it comes time to do anything on your own, you're stuck and you need to watch more tutorials. So I've been in that boat as well, and I try to do as less tutorials as I can. Just do everything by Google it and just look up online, read through the documentation. I think this is the best way to learn so far. So indeed, you're on the right path, man. Alright. I respect you for that. If we have an operator already, we can split that, and then we can access expression.length, because expression.length in this time will be 4. So we can actually splice it. Expression eval equals expression splice. We want to splice from 0 till expression.length -1, because if we have 4 here, then we'll splice from 0, 3 positions, so up until here, and this will be our expression to evaluate. So we can traverse it until expression eval, and we have to find the first operator, which if basic operators includes. Okay, so we find it here, and num1 is from that. Okay, operator we get from here. Maybe we have to find another name for that. Let me just think about it. And here instead of equals we'll look for operator, but this one, if basic operators includes I, then we have to set it, but we somehow have to store the first and the second operator, so put them in a temp value or something. But what I'm thinking about now is we'll do it as buggy as possible just so it works. So right now we'll just optimize for 2 plus 3 plus 4, for example. This is a 5, but nonetheless. And in case of 2 plus 4 minus 5, we'll optimize for this in the future. But right now I just want to get it working so we can have something working, and then we'll hack at it. Okay, so if we abstract from this, I also have to make a new array with the operator indexes, operator IDs. So const operator IDs, and there are button plus, button minus, what else, button multiply and button divide, and then button alright. So this way we can actually check here if it includes our the button that we just clicked. So this is not basic operators but operator IDs. So if operator IDs includes the button that we just clicked, and if the operator is not undefined, which will be the case if we did it the first time, because we'll check this if statement first, and then after that we'll set the operator. If we just try this out for now, this is operator, not operator. Okay, 4. Now console the operator is undefined, plus 5, and then now it's a plus, so we can check now. Splice is not defined. Eval. Okay. 4 plus 5 plus. Splice is not defined. Now why is that? We use splice on this expression 53, line 53, so expression.length. We actually have to call it on expression.splice. Okay, so 4 plus 5 plus 5. equals 10. Okay. 4 plus 5 plus, can we check console log num1 operator, and do we have a num2? We don't. If expression I double equals operator. If basic operators includes expression I, okay, so we go through the expression, we split it, then we only work on this part, which is before the last operator, which means we traverse through it, and if we find an operator which will be the first one in this case, number 1 will be from 0 until this operator's index, so we'll get the 4, and after that the operator will be we splice it when we get this number 1, so the string will now be plus 5. So the operator is from 0 to 1, and I becomes 0, and num2 we have to get in this case. Num2 will equal from expression eval, so from 0 till that's twice, from 0 till expression eval dot length, and we'll get number 2 like this. We actually, I don't think we need that. Let me get rid of that now, and I'll do operate on, I don't know if we have to parse the integers, but let me do it like this for now. And after we operate, probably we should do this again. Although when we exit out, of it, we'll set the operator as a plus. Let me just see what this will output, if anything. 5 plus 6. Alright, so nothing happens. I think we'll have to debug it. We'll do it here. 4 plus 4 plus, and now I'm wondering what's happening. So the operator, where can we see it? Watch. Basic operators. The operator is bottom plus at this point, so it is not undefined, and we can go into this. We split what we have on the display and put it in expression. So there we go. And expression evals twice from 0 to expression length -1. So expression is now our operator that we have. Where do we have expression eval? Do we have it anywhere here? So indeed, expression eval is what it has to be, 4 plus 4. So we go through it and we exit straight out because I didn't input dot length. Silly mistake. Okay, let me remove the breakpoint and try it once again. Okay, save it. 4 plus 4 plus 6. Nothing happens still, so once again let's go into it and do 4 plus 4 plus, and let's see. Now hope you can see it. Let me make it a little bit bigger. No, you cannot see it from my webcam. Alright, just trust me at this point then. I'll shut down my webcam for a second so you can see what I'm working on. Okay. Right, I didn't notice the first time. Anyways. So now this operator is bottom post, as you can see, so it's not undefined. We'll go into the expression. As I saw earlier, that expression already becomes the plus. Oh no, wait a second. Why is this expression for yeah, there's something weird happening where it takes this script that is from the live server and outputs it into the input text area. I don't know why this happens, but I'll probably have to do it again. We'll take care of it. Pause. So now, once you step through it, the expression is now 4 plus 4 plus, okay, and the expression is now just a plus. The expression eval is 4 plus 4, and now we go through the loop. Hopefully, no, we don't. Once again, expression eval dot length. Why didn't we go through it this time? Eval, because length, misspelled length there, th not ht. Okay, refresh it one more time. Let me remove this breakpoint, try it once again. If anything will happen, 4 plus 4 plus, so nothing happens again. Yeah, check this out. I don't know what happens. 4. Let me put the breakpoint. 4 plus 4 plus, and then we can step through it, and okay, now we actually go into the loop. That is good, at least. And now, if basic operators dot includes expression I, which The word length always gets me also. Yes, I know, my brother. Me as well. I have to remember how it's spelled. TH. I noticed here something already. We're checking on expression I, but we also actually have to check on expression eval I. I'm just checking if we do it anywhere else, but I don't see it, so let's try it once again. Okay, 4 plus. Alright, so this time actually was able to calculate it, and now we can do it with more numbers. Perfect. Now it's missing one thing, and that is that it doesn't output the plus operator after the number is calculated. So we want it kind of like this one, to do 4 plus 5, for example, plus, and then it will calculate it and put the plus at the back. Let me put my face cam back on. So we'll see how we're going to do it now. As I noticed, we already have the right operator in expression here. So wait, let me see. Can we set operator to, I don't know if we can access this outside of its scope. It's not outside of the scope. Alright, dot, well, actually maybe have, no, we don't have to parse int. Expression dot join, because we've made it into an array, now we have to join it. But we have to output it in some way, and we do this, where do we do it? Where do we output the result? We parse int, operate, display.value at, okay. So here we do it, basically we update the display value. But we have to check if we've done that with the equals or with one of the operators, because if it's with the equals, sure, we want to leave it like that, and if it's with one of the operators, we want to add the operator at the back. So how do we check for that? Num2 always we can add a flag, but I'm not sure if that's the right approach. Right, so how do we check if the operate function was submitted with the equals or with one of the operators? Right here, we always do it. No. So I thought that we can maybe check on these, but we set them after we submit the operate, and here we do the same. indeed this time maybe we can set it here. We just have to add on the display value. So can we do display dot value how to add to text area value in JS. So I don't want to completely change it, I want to just add on it. Here this is how you clear the value, but text gets removed. He's asking how to change the content. He wants to make it empty, but I want to add on top of it. What will happen if I do plus equals and then plus? For plus 5 plus. It actually works. Okay. I didn't think it would be that easy. So it actually worked. The thing is, we have to not hard code the plus, but the actual operator that we clicked. So if we do 4 plus 5 minus something, it should be a minus here. And I think we can do this with the operator that we just defined, operator above. So 4 plus 5 minus 9, perfect, that actually works. I didn't think that that was going to work. Alright, minus 8 plus 5 equals 6, minus 1 plus 5 minus so this should be like 4, right? Minus 1 plus 5 minus 1 plus 5, yeah. Four minus 5. Alright, so yeah, it's getting a little buggy now. That just wasn't the case. Maybe if I refresh it. 4 minus 5, okay, minus 1 plus 5, it's 6. Right, so it's not taking the minus into consideration. But another thing I want to get rid of is like this. Like, I'm not sure why the text area is populating with everything that we had written before it and the JavaScript that is for the web server. But we'll Google it. I'll take a quick break. I'll set timer for 10 minutes and I'll be right back to get that fixed soon. 10 minutes timer. I'm just going to take a quick break and I'll be right back with you guys. Thank you so much. Be right back. aesthetic gracefully. Thank you so much for joining, my man. Really appreciate you. I was back just taking a break, and now we can continue. So I was going to handle this annoying thing that popped up in the text area. So as you can see, if I make it a little bit smaller, we have a text area with the name and ID of display that just gets populated with all the HTML script tag for the live server that we have. And I'm just going to Google how to get rid of this. I don't know when or why does it happen, but it happens and it's annoying. Text area. Text area. Works great, thank you so much. It's still not working, that's for sure. Maybe I'll copy this. Let me show you. Look like, yeah, as you can see, it's not it's not working quite well, but we'll get to there. I was just going to ask ChatGPT because I can search for this until tomorrow. I have a website for a calculator, and let me insert the skeleton as well. Can I copy the entire thing? HTML, copy element. Very great and super functional indeed. We'll get to it though. Don't worry. Looks like there is unnecessary repeated content and injected live server code causing clutter in your web page. The live server script meant for hot reloading during development is running multiple times, creating duplicate sessions of your calculator UI and WebSocket code. This can also cause unexpected behavior in your text area. Oh. Check for extra. Clean live server code. Ensure that the live server's hot reloaded code is only added once. It is, but it is being added automatically, so I don't know if I can do anything about it. Is there something wrong with how I feel, or delete my text area value that could lead to this? Yes, it seems like the way you're managing the display.value and handling operators is likely causing issues, especially when dealing with sequences of operations. Here are suggestions to refine your code, ensure smooth functionality. Alright, I hope it doesn't spoil too much. Let me see. Clearing display property on clear press. When you when you press clear, you should not only reset the display value but also reset num1 This ensures that pressing clear genuinely resets the calculator. Alright. That's indeed a good tip that we can implement. Num1 equals undefined. And let me switch them around. Okay, so indeed I approve of that, but what else do we have? Managing multiple operator presses. Currently, if the operator button is pressed again while an operator is already defined, the code attempts to evaluate the current expression. However, this logic has some issues because display value is only partially updated when a new operator is selected. Try using a fork to track. Alright, this has nothing to do with what I asked it. Refining the evaluation process, splitting and splicing display value for each evaluation attempt can lead to issues because display value changes dynamically. Instead, you could store each num1 and num2 separately and update display value. Yeah, I'm not going to look at that. It's not telling me what I need. Text area, script, unwanted. Prohibiting specific HTML tags in text area using JavaScript. How to get rid of empty space in text area. Alright, I'll get rid of those and 5 plus 9 plus 8. See, addition works fine and so on until we try to equal. 9 plus 9 equals 25 plus 5 equals. See, this works fine. But now I don't know what I did, like I moved it and I can see the script of the live server. Like I can see this being injected into the text area. And I don't know if there is a way to debug it as well. Is it that I click on it? When I drag on it, it happens. Let me try to set some breakpoints to see if I'll be able to track anything. Nope. Right now it doesn't happen when I drag on it. Anyways. How does this happen? I cannot even recreate it sometimes. It's very random how it happens. See, what I just dragged on it now and see how it's filled now. I'm wondering if I should use maybe an input field instead of a text area. Input type text. And the input tag, I don't think it had a closing one. So, but now I cannot Oh, I can actually. 5 plus 6 plus 7 and so on. Okay, it can get a bit janky. Yeah, it's the same thing. Alright, let me get it back to text area because this doesn't seem to help anyways. How to... You might be concatenating string to the variable that is displayed in the text area. Alright, thank you so much, Lemon. I'm going to check on that. Let me just see how to clear text area in JS. What I do is just set it to like this. But what you said makes sense. I just have to figure out where I may be doing that. So if we look at display, here we just I just set it to the result of the of each of those functions, which in my opinion shouldn't be an issue. Here maybe display value plus equals this is so I can see the numbers, but maybe this is the case. Because indeed I'm taking the display value and I'm concatenating whatever button I have pressed, and then I'm taking it from the display value. Is it this one that's doing it? Because without it, it's not going to be functional. See, I cannot press anything. Plus equals. No. See, I was thinking that whatever calculations and buttons I pressed go into the text area, but as you can see now, once I refreshed it, whenever I dragged on it without clicking on anything, I can see like the top row, and then after that the second row and so on, the whole calculator, and I can see it one more time, and then after that I see the code for the live server. Let me try ChatGPT again. I have a text area, and whenever I drag on it, it populates with the entire HTML that I have written underneath it. Sometimes drag or mouse down event are triggered in an unexpected way. The prevent default, so text area, drag prevent default. Maybe this one we can try. We'll try with the display.add event listener for drag. Drag start, drop. So it's like with mouse click, you get mouse down, mouse up, so on. But no, still doesn't work. See, I drag on it and you can see just fills with HTML. Text area, ID my text area, yeah, and so on. Okay, let me try the other. Let me try adding the other event listeners as well for display. Display. Okay. No. Wait. Yeah, I think this is what's doing it, because now when I've commented out this for the click, it doesn't happen anymore. Even if I remove those, it doesn't happen. But now if I uncomment it, save it, it happens instantly. Alright, so we at least know where it's coming from, and I guess the e.target.text content is just the entire HTML, because wait, yeah, I could have recreated it easier, but basically whenever I click anywhere outside of this calculator or any of the buttons, it will fill the input with the HTML. So we should not add the event listener on the button, on the document, but maybe on the calculator. Yeah, I should be able to display that event listener. So instead of display, can we do calculator? Or actually, even better, we should do it on the keyboard, because this way, if we do it on the calculator, we can then click on the border or on the display, and it will again lock all these buttons. But if we do it on the keyboard, I think we'll have better success. Or just listen for a click on calc button. Let me do it on the keyboard first, and then we'll see if we have any more issues. So const keyboard, the ID is keyboard as well. We get rid of those and do keyboard.add event listener keyboard. Okay, we can uncomment this, and now it doesn't happen whenever I click outside of it. It happens when I click here on the border, and if I click on the calc buttons, it still works. But when I click right here, for example, it still doesn't work like it should. So instead of keyboard, it should be the class of calc button and event listener on a class. We want elements, document.get elements by class names, so we can do calc btns. We'll just do calc buttons equals document get elements by class name, and the class name is, what was it, calc button, calc btn. Alright, and here instead of keyboard we listen on calc buttons. Okay, so it is not working. Why? Calc buttons add event listener is not a function. This should work. Get elements by class name returns an array like object. So he does elements, get attribute, alert attribute. He does it in a whoop. Can be done like this. Query select a row, diffs for each, add event listener. If I have to listen for a click event on a class that is shared by multiple elements, do I have to make it in a whoop? If you want to add a click event listener to multiple elements that share the same class, you have two main approaches: whoop through elements with the class and use event delegation by adding a single event listener to a common ancestor element. Right, so this is what I was trying to do actually, but I tried to add it on the keyboard, so this way I wouldn't have to do it in a loop, but it's not working because when I click on here, for example, it will just put in the text area all the keys. So let me ask it. Can I put it on the keyboard but don't do anything if I click on the keyboard, just the buttons? If event contains if event, I see. It basically said it before I asked, but I think it would be better to do it like that and not use a whoop. Should you use the word display? Display is a property. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm using it for this. Is display a reserved keyword in JS? I think I checked and it's not a reserved keyword, so I don't think it will be an issue. But you are right that it's a property. Alright, so what I was going to do is I'd fellow Odinite, here is where I depart from the group. Thank you so much for sticking through for so long, man. Really appreciate you. I would make sure to finish the video later. Thanks for showing me the path ahead and how you handle everything. I'm very amazed. Thank you so much for the support, man. I really appreciate it. You're making my day, my guy. Supreme Overworld, you're a G, man. Thank you so much. Hopefully I see you in the next few days as well, and we'll stick to it and make it together. Thank you so much, my guy. So I'll revert this back to keyboard. Keyboard, and here I think we have to put it in a big if statement. So if e dot target dot what was it, event target class list dot contains and we want it to contain calc btn, then we can move on and put everything inside. Alright, keyboard, so on. So where do we have to display? Alright, so I think we get it from here and like that. Let's check it out now. Remove this. Alright, so now it works, and if we click anywhere else, it's not putting everything into the display, which is nice. Perfect. So I think we solved that issue that was really annoying. I was really curious where that's coming from, but we managed to figure out. That is very cool. Perfect. I think we can actually save this. Let me refactor it. Format document with prettier. I think we can actually push this to GitHub. Git status git add dot git commit did more functionality like being able to add more than 2 numbers at a time and fixed a mistake that with pages HTML. Alright, let me just push it to GitHub, git push. Okay. My alerts are not working once again. At this point is like, if it works, it works. Because I can see I have 2 subscribers, but the subscriber goal hasn't moved and no alerts, so that's a bit annoying. Did we manage to get anything of the to-do list? I think we can remove that. Your calculator should not evaluate more than single pair of numbers at a time. I mean, we did that, but yeah, it's not working the best. -6 times 2 was 5. Yeah, it's kind of working, kind of not, but I think we can remove this from the to-do. And what I want actually is to make the backspace working. Here they actually have it as a symbol. Can I do that? Backspace symbol. Do I just copy paste it? Oh yeah, I can just paste it. All right. And now the thing is, when I click it, I want the last digit I have or character from the calculator to be removed and the display should be updated. I can probably do this by splicing it. Let me see. So if e.target.id triple equals button backspace, then what I want to do is and if the display is not like empty, because if it's empty I don't want it to do anything. And display dot value is dot, can I do dot length is more than 0. Then what I want is display dot value dot splice, and do it. I actually want to split the display into an array so I can do the splice. Let new display equals display dot value dot split and then dot splice from 0 till display dot value dot length -1, and then do display value equals new display. Alright, let me see. Doesn't work. Do we get any errors? Display value split is not a function. Split I did twice. Split, save it. 756. Right, so we get it into an array. Maybe we can do it, we can cut this out of here and do dot join '85. No, nothing happens. -2. 458 minus. Now it works. Okay. Why is it? It's -2, I believe, because we add the backspace as well as the number. So if you just leave it at -1, it will only remove the backspace, and if we remove the last 2, it will remove the backspace and the 5 here, for example. Alright, so the backspace works. I'm going to commit this as well. And we'll say working backspace. Okay. Push. Alright, so let's see what else we have to do. I'm not sure if those numbers work. Times 2. No. Do we debug first working with negative numbers or floating points? I think we do negative numbers first because that would be easier. Or at least that's what I think. Or we can start refactoring the code already, but I think we'll do this later. Alright, let's try the negative numbers first. I will start the debugger and I'll put it, where do I put it? Here. And let's see, -5. Do I have to, yeah, -5 plus 2. -5 plus. So I see why it's not working now, and it is not working because how we structured the like this 4 plus 4 plus 8, yeah, so in order to have 4 plus 4 plus and on the plus to evaluate what we have already, so we can add another number. We did it so the second time, so 4 plus 5, and if we hit the plus now, if there is already an operator here assigned, it will calculate whatever we have. And when dealing with negative numbers, we'll have this operator at the beginning already. And I'm wondering what if we do 4 plus -5. Yeah, should be -1 and 4 plus minus. It's not working. So instead of checking if there is an operator already assigned, I think we should check if there is anything to evaluate at this point, because if it's a complete expression, so if it's something like 4 plus 5 and then we hit the plus, okay, it should calculate it. And if it's -4 plus, here it's not a complete expression, so it should not calculate it. So we should look for a number on the left, an operator, and a number on the right. Before, so if we have that, for example, here it should pass because we have a number on the left, an operator, and a number on the right. And in this case, we don't have, when we click the plus, for example, we don't have an operator, or if we say we have the operator, we don't have the number on the right, so it should let us have num2 set as well. And how we do it up to this point, we check if the operator IDs include our target ID, so the plus, for example, and if operator is undefined, if operator is not undefined, so if there is an operator, we start evaluating it. But this should be if operator is not undefined, and if number 2 is not undefined. But then how are we going to set number 2 then? Because it has to be sort of dynamic every time we update the display. Alright, let me see. Because up until that point, the only times when we assigned a number to num2 is either when we hit equals or any operator, but we haven't done it sort of dynamically before that. And I think we'll have to figure out a way that each time we press a button, it has to be assigned. Yo, cryptic out of context, what's up my man, thanks so much for joining. You're catching me in a bit of a struggle moment where I'm trying to like put stuff in my head the right way. I'm trying to get this calculator to work, my man. So I'm thinking, is there a way to assign the numbers right after we click the button? So this should be num1, but this should also be num1, and this should overwrite it. And now this is num1 and this is the operator, and everything after this operator is considered num2. And this also should be num1. This should be num1. But this now, it shouldn't evaluate it because we don't have num2. So we should only cooperate whenever we have num1 operator and num2 set. And let me see, probably this button clear, we can set it to the bottom. We don't really need to be looking at it all the time. The backspace as well. And these two, I think they're not written kind of the best way. For sure they're not, and they could be refactored, but I'll probably need 2 minutes to think about it. So display value will be equal, got to see your documentation. Yes, of course, my man, I'm just trying to explain whatever I'm thinking, and just say the stuff I'm thinking out loud, which makes me, when you hear it once after you say it, like it either makes more sense or it makes less sense, and you can evaluate better. Anyways, whenever we click on a button, the display value updates, and probably we can make it update the number as well until what we click is an operator, and after we have an operator set, whatever we click should be num2 as well. So how do we check though? So an operator can be set only if num1 is set, because this should not be an operator. This whole thing is num1, and only if num1 is set, then we can have another operator. So we should start by num1 plus equals display dot value, and if the e dot target dot, what is it, if operator IDs. So if we clicked on one of the operators and only and if num1 doesn't equal undefined, then operator equals e dot e dot target ID, but what is it? E dot target dot text content. Let's try it like that for now, and then we need only if operator doesn't equal undefined and num1 does not equal undefined, then num2 will equal num2 plus equals, actually plus equals not display value, but we have to add whatever button we click. Can we do again e dot target dot text content? We have to set them as watch expressions. Can we do here num1 operator and num2, and this way we can better understand them. My face cam is getting in the way again, so I'm going to quickly disable this so you can see what I'm doing. And I know this logic is completely flawed, but we'll change it as we move on. So let me now I'll remove this, and you can see that we have num1 operator and num2, and whenever we click, now this doesn't update for some reason. 7, no, we made it even worse. I think this is because we cannot plus equal the display.value. Is that the case? Console, not a number, not a number, plus 4 plus is not undefined. Maybe I have to set a breakpoint, I'm not sure. Let's see. 7, nope. Maybe here on the keyboard. So whenever we click a button now, it should stop us. No. Okay, step. Display value plus equals a.array.text.content. 'Text content. 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 'Text I think probably because num1 is undefined at this point, we cannot pos equal a value to undefined. At least, yes, because now it's undefined for, as you can see, and it I don't think it works dynamically. No, nothing happens. But just a second ago, as you can see, it was undefined for. So it takes undefined and pos equals the what we have in here. And if we set it just to equals, I don't know why the watch doesn't update automatically. I think I'm going to ask for help. I want whatever I write into the calculator to be set as num1 until I put in an operator and then set operator as the one I clicked, and only then if there is an operator set and num1 is set, then set whatever I type in next as num2 and do it dynamically on every button press. Wait. Alright, probably you're not going to see all of it, but I'm going to read it out for you. Alright. Your approach to dynamically handle inputs for a calculator looks promising. I'm flattered. Here are some tips to refine the logic and address each to do. Probably I shouldn't have entered the whole code, but let's see. Handle input for num1 operator and num2. Update num1 until an operator. Alright, so I'm just going to look at the first. I just want this. I just want this. I don't want the solution to the other to-dos. Alright, so got it. Here is a streamlined version that focuses only on handling the input flow for num1 operator and num2 using a flag to manage transitions. So he sets num1 and num2 as empty strings. Operator is no, and expecting num1 is the flag which is set to false at the beginning. So on every keyboard click event, if the target is not calc button, return. Okay, and then we have const key, which is just e.target.text content and handle numbers and decimal, handle operators. Okay, so if key is not an so is not number is false. So if key is a number, I guess, or key triple equals dot, then if expecting number is false, then num1 plus equals key and display value. Else if expecting num2 is true, then we set num1 and so on. To handle operators, if there is no operator set and plus minus and so on includes key, operator equals key, expecting number equals true. Okay, I'm just curious what happens if you start by entering a negative number such as -4 and then go on +5 and so on. So what happens if you try to enter a negative number? Yes, the calculator will interpret minus as a operator which we currently have. It's currently doing the same, so I'm looking for a way around that. So it won't allow you to input -4 directly. To support entering negative numbers, we can add logic that allows minus at the start of num1 or num2 when the flag expecting num2 is false or true respectively. Here's how to handle it. Allowing a leading minus if num1 is empty. When entering the first number, or num2 is empty when entering the second number, accept minus as the first character. Avoid treating as operator. If the minus is typed while num1 or num2 is empty, it won't trigger operator logic, treating it instead as a sign for a negative number. Okay. He started by, let me just quickly get rid of this to see if starting from this will make any errors in my code. I want to first check it. 4 minus 5 equals -1 plus 5, 6. Okay, anyways, 5 plus 6 plus 6 plus 4. So it doesn't seem to be an issue. And okay, they set the operator as no in the beginning. Do I check for operator to be undefined anywhere? Does not equal undefined, probably. I'll have to set it as no. Operator. Alright, so I'll set it as no. What else we have it here? No. But also these I should change probably. to what I have here. I don't know if it makes any difference, but I'll quickly change them. So num1 instead of undefined, do that. Okay, display the value num. Do I have anywhere undefined num2? Yeah, here we have to change it. Anywhere else? No results for undefined. Okay. And does it still work as expected? 4 plus 5 plus 9. Yeah, it seems to be working just as bad as it was working before. See, -1 plus 5, 6. Alright, so now we can actually look at what it suggested. He's setting a flag expecting num2 to false, and up to here I think everything is as it should be. Calc button. Alright. After that he sets a const of key, which I think that's a good idea, so I don't have to type in every time e.target.text content. And let me see if I've written it anywhere else. No, just those 2 times. I actually have to set the display value to key right in the beginning. Was equals key. And this is working fine still. Okay. So what he has, handle, numbers and decimal. If key is numeric, so is not a number, is false, so otherwise if that's a number, or key is a decimal, or key is a minus and expecting num2 and is false and num2 is empty, then if expecting num2 is false, we are in the key to num1 and display.value equals to num1. I think we can make it like, I didn't want the decimal logic still, but probably I'm not going to implement it at this point, and we'll try to make it ourselves later. So is none, it's already helping me a lot. So if the number is numeric, or key triple equals a minus, but yeah, okay, a minus, and expecting num2 is false and num1 triple equals nothing. It has more to it. Okay. Or key equals minus and expecting num2 is false, and so like this. Then this is too long. then we just num1 was equals key, else num2 was equals key. So let's try this out. Okay, in the sources, what happens if I console.walk num1, it's 51, okay, now 5, console log it's 56, perfect. Alright, minus, can we console.walk num2, it's currently undefined, 5, it's undefined because we don't set the fuck anywhere still. Expecting num2, where do you set that fuck to true? So after we handle the operator. So after we handle the operator, which is, I'm going to copy it and then try to understand it. If there is no operator set currently, and I already have one basic operators for that, so basic operators. So if the key is one of the operators and key doesn't equal a minus and num1 doesn't equal nothing, or num2 doesn't equal nothing, operator equals key, display dot value, I don't need this, and the returns, I'm not sure about them either, but I'll leave them for now. And after that, handle equals, optional for testing. Alright, so I think I only need those two. 7, let's say if we console log num1, it's 7, now 75. Okay, then can we console log num2, it's undefined, and if we console log the operator, it's no. Okay, we set up, okay, that didn't work, button plus, is it because of the return statements that I didn't write? Could be. So can we return from here, and if expecting num, so I missed an if here, I think. Yep, I must have missed it. If expecting num2 is false, then we num1 plus equals key, and the else we can have it here. Other than that, we return after it. So let's see how that works. 4 plus 6, yeah, let's try it out now. Num1 now doesn't work. Okay. Well, what did I do wrong? Can I for a second just for a second. Sorry. Can I for a second just copy all this to see if it works or not? No. Alright, it may work, but I need to remove this spread value and also here. So let me try now. 4 plus 6 equals 10, 4 plus 6 plus, okay. Now do num1 is undefined for, yeah, we don't get anything here. For 46. Alright, so up until that point it works, and it's something about the operators that it's messing it up, because now if I do 145 and if I actually save it, now it works. Plus console work operator, we get a plus. And what about num2? Okay, plus 4, num2 is 4, 5. Alright, so I think it works now. Minus 45. Minus 45. If we refresh it, it will work. If we don't, it's not working anymore. Maybe it's something with the clear. But it shouldn't be. No. Alright, kind of works, kind of doesn't. I'm still not sure about it, but at least now we can do operations only if we have num1, an operator, and num2. And before that we were setting num2 only after we click the operator twice or the evaluate, and maybe this is what's going wrong here, but for now I'll set this as basic operators, and here we'll have to figure out how to refactor these. Because I think after we have those two, we can more easily determine when we should evaluate the expression. Right, it's been a while, so I'm going to take a 10-minute break just so I can let my head rest, and I'll be right back for some more coding. So set a 10-minute timer and I'll be right back, guys. Thank you so much. I'll be right back in 10 minutes. Alright, so the break is over and we're done to make we're ready to make some more changes. Anyways, so now I'm wondering, we should switch how we code the operation functions and this num2 as well. This whole thing, I don't think we need it anymore. And actually I believe we'll be able to merge those two, because more or less they're doing kind of the same thing. But we'll see now. If the button is equals, then since we have those, we no longer have to split the expression, we don't have to loop through it and so on. We only have to check if num1, num2 and the operator are not null values. So let's try with that first. We don't need this. We don't need this expression equals I. Yeah, we don't need this whole loop here. We don't need a split. We only need this, and I'm wondering. Yes, this is not going to work, but if we do 5 plus 5, 4 plus 5, see, this whole thing works now because before that we set the num1, num2 and the operator, and now we can use the equals 45 plus 9, not a number, and if we refresh it, 45 plus 9. This works now, but plus 8, 62 plus 45. The way we initialize things is not quite ready yet, but anyways, if button is equals and num1 does not equal and num2 does not equal and operator doesn't equal no, then we can execute what is inside this function, and we'll have num1 as parse into what the display value is. So let's try it out now. This doesn't work. Now if we have this also, it's not going to work. 4 plus 9. Right, this doesn't work either now. So why is that? If button ID triple equals, and maybe we can put this entire thing into its own brackets and see if that will work. 4 plus 5 equals, Yeah, seems like it works now. 4 equals 5 equals 6 equals 4 plus equals 4 plus 9 equals, no, 4 plus 9 equals. So the way we initialize things is not quite there yet. Maybe it's not how we initialize them, but let me console dot walk num1, it's undefined, 49. Okay, it's interesting what we're getting as output, but 4 plus 9 equals 4 plus, see, now it's not setting the num1. If I refresh it, now it will set num1. Plus 5. Yeah, there is a lot to tweak with this calculator. But anyways, let's see if we can make this shorter. We want to see 4 plus 4 plus maybe this if operator is not null can stay, but after that, for example, we still don't need the for loop on this. Let me see if I can get rid of this, if it will still work. And there is a missing bracket. Where? This whole thing is inside of the for loop. I don't think we need it anymore. Remove all of this and let's see if that still works. 4 plus 4 plus. Okay, I'm back. Thank you so much, my guy. I'll stream for a little bit more. What were you doing? Did you do anything fun? So somewhere we have line 68 expression.join. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. 4 plus 4 plus. Alright, so that was just fine with less code. So by introducing those two if statements, we can now track what num1 is, what the operator is, and what the num2 is, and we have a flag to tell if num2 is set or not, and if num1, if we're expecting to set num2 actually. But with that we managed to get those two functions basically in half by writing this. And now I'm wondering if we can actually merge those together. Now do we have to merge them actually? Because let me see, they set num1 as the displays value, the operator, this becomes the operator, and yeah, so maybe I'll leave them at like that at the moment. Let's see where we are with the to-dos. Pressing clear should wipe out any existing data. Yeah, so this is done. What happens if we do 2 times 5? times 2. Let me refresh it. 2 times 5 times 2. We get 4. So it's still not handling the floating integers. So we can only calculate whole numbers as of right now, and sometimes after we do one calculation, for example, this, we actually did it in the beginning. Maybe it's those return statements. Let me get rid of those because nowhere else am I returning. I shouldn't need to return it now. No, seems like I should return it. Nine minus 5 equals so 4 minus 5 equals 5 plus 4 equals 5 minus 6 equals 5 minus 6 equals console log num1, okay, minus I think I know what it's doing, but operator is button minus 6, so num2 is still undefined, operator is button minus. We actually don't the operator shouldn't be button minus, but it should be the sign of it. Let me see, where do we set the operator? We set it as key, but we shouldn't set it as key. We should set it wait, how did we did it last time? Because now if we call the operate with, for example, 5 minus 6, it will be number 1 as 5, then we'll have button minus as the operator and 6 which will not go into here. So the operator cannot be the key. We cannot set operator equal to key. We can set we can actually, because it's text content. But where are operators? Someone were setting it to the ID. Yeah, e.target.id. It shouldn't be that. It should be e.target.text content or key. Do we have it anywhere else? No. So let's see now. 4 minus 5 equals, still doesn't work. Num1 is 45. Minus 4. Okay, minus 45. So that works. And if we say another minus, it's not a number. What is not a number? Number 1 is not a number. We'll have to debug it. You're probably not going to see a lot, so let me put in the breakpoint and I'll close my camera once again, and we'll try to do minus 4 minus why is not going into the debug? No. Maybe if we set it here and do 4 yeah, okay, now it's going to work. So minus 4 45, let's see. Now we have the correct number 1, but as you can see the operator is also a minus, and that shouldn't be the case. I'm wondering if it's because we set the operator as key here, or no, we actually did it here. If operator ID is in quote, and if operator is not no, no. So here is something we're messing up. If there is no operator, basic operators, if there is no operator, but there shouldn't be an operator in the beginning. It's no, and then it immediately sets to minus, although we check for if operator is like can we do operator does not equal no. Okay, no, it still sets it. It still sets it as operator. I think it's happening because of that here. Let me refresh it once more. Yep. 45, let's say, minus. And now it doesn't set the operator as well. Although now, if the operator equals no, actually. So let's try once again. So minus 5, 6, okay, and now if we click the minus again, it should be set as an operator, and it's not. Basic operators include key and expecting num is false. No, I'm looking at the wrong thing. If key is not see how it ignores this second minus and it tries to append whatever we have here onto the first number. But this is a bit tricky because you can have, for example, minus 5. No, it's actually not tricky, because the second one will either be a negative number or you add a negative number. Yeah. So this should be, for example, num1 should be minus 5, operator should be plus, and num2 should be minus 6. And I already subscribed, but why the subscriber goal is not increasing? First of all, thank you so much for the subscription, Putra. Thank you so much, my guy. I truly appreciate it. Now, I've been struggling with this subscriber goal since day 2, and it's updating sometimes and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's showing me alerts and sometimes it's not. I don't know what to do with it, but nonetheless, thank you so much for subscribing, my guy or girl, I don't know. I truly appreciate it, but I'll try to get it working. It's something with stream overlays, and I just don't get it still. But thanks so much, truly appreciate it. Right, I'm going to hide myself so we can think about this. Why is it not doing it? But I'll probably have to rewrite this function. Why am I setting the operator as no? I should check if it's no. Alright, so -4, 5, minus. It's still ignoring it. So we have operator equals no, and basic operators includes key. So if the key we just pressed is one of the operators and key triple equals minus, and this one I don't get it. Let's scrap this and we'll try to write it ourselves. What we're trying to do here is basically if num1 is nothing, then this is not operator, and we should not handle it. It should not go into this if, because if num1 is not set, then we're trying to enter a negative number first. So if num1 equals nothing and does not equal nothing, if it doesn't equal nothing, then num1 is something, so we should go into this. If it how do you say that? How do you say if num1 is nothing, then skip over it? Maybe we have to say like this with an exclamation before that. And then what we also want to check is let's just try that for a second. So 4 minus 4. Right, so now the operator is 4, and we want to take in the operator only if basic operators dot includes our key. Is this how you do it with the includes? Basic operators. Basic operators. Where else do we have it? Dot includes key. Where is the error? No, where is the error with that? Is it another? No. We have to put in and. Let me put in my face cam for a bit. So if the first number is nothing, then we want to skip that. But if it's not nothing, and we can isolate this, remove one of those brackets. If number one is set basically, and basic operators includes key, then we want to go into that. So let's try this. For let's do it actually, -4 8. Okay, now num1 return -4 8 -6 3. Alright, I think it works now. You cannot see this, but if you can see, it's kind of let me close this as well. But you can see now we can actually get the first number correctly, the operator, and the second number. Now let's delete it and try again. 46, for example. The thing is, it's registered as num2 until we don't add in the operator, and now it's not working at all. Okay, can we do 7 6 plus 3? Yeah, so if we refresh it, it's working all fine, but if we don't refresh it, it's starting to hallucinate. 3 6 plus minus 96. So what happens if we calculate it now? Alright, I'm not very good at math, but I think that works. Tell me if I'm a moron in the chat. But nonetheless, I think we made some good progress today, and I'm going to end it at that. I'm quickly going to commit everything that we had done, and we're going to continue later. I mean tomorrow morning probably, and if not, we'll continue tomorrow in the afternoon, depending on what time zone you're in. But thank you so much for all the support today. I really appreciate you guys and loved the stream that we did today. A little bit more than 2 hours and a half, so we made some pretty good progress. I understood a lot of things, and we made the calculator just a bit better, so I'm pretty happy with today, and we'll continue tomorrow. Thanks so much guys, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.